Well, 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 let's have a look at Noodler's Navy. The quick brown fox went to the Navy. Medium. The quick, now it says quick, brown fox. Fox, why can't I write that word today? Went to the Navy. Broad. The quick brown fox. Now this is impossible. How? Went to the Navy. Italic. The quick brown fox went to the Navy. Flex. There it sang. In the Navy. Da 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 da, in the Navy. 3 passes in the Navy. 1, 2, 3. And some fat writing. Until N. Medium writing. In the Navy. I think we need to engage in that moment you have all been waiting for. The Tardif test. And the Tardif test should be followed by a Brown benchmark. Alright, I think we can do a second pass. So far I'm seeing some pretty nice shading in this ink. Nicely pronounced in the broader nibs, not excessive shading, but just some nice shading. Overall, I like this color a lot. I think it goes, it's very nice blue. While we are waiting the drying of that really big writing, I think we can already do the bastard brush. Okay. And no, still a bit wet. Then let's start to work on our scorecard. We have cleaning. Well, that's somewhere in the middle. It's a very saturated ink. Breakthrough? No, sorry. Bleed through. We'll see that later. We have color. Well, navy, I would say. Shading. Shading, I would say, is pretty nice, but not excessive, somewhere in the middle. Then we have flow. flow is good. We have feathering. We have to assess that later. We have drying time. Well, that's somewhere in the middle. And then we have waterproofness. And to be able to really say something about that, we need the eyedropper of death results. Let's put that in here. Eyedropper of death results. Eyedropper of death results. Here we go. I think that's dry. Yep. Okay. So this writing definitely continued to exist. As to the 3 passes, I think you can see that this runs from a fairly nice navy to an almost black blue, which I also enjoy. You get this here, 2 very interesting intense color. I'm going to assist the drawing process a bit there, and all the writing is there. So I'm willing to say that waterproofness scores full marks. Okay, well, let's use another type of paper. And let's start with a fine nib, huh? In the Navy. Foxes seldomly wear shirts in the Navy. In the Navy. Dogs are seldomly lazy in the Navy. Da 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 da. In the Navy. I never see red doors. I want painted black, because that's another song in the Navy. Da, 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 da. I was going to say, see how that ink holds up, then it starts to railroad, but I mean, this was pretty fast. I'm quite impressed by the way this keeps up. Now let's just do some fat writing. You can already see the feathering setting in on the flex writing. Navy. Now, as to feathering, quite some in the flex writing, a little bit in the wet spots of this very fat writing, but nothing in the normal writing, not even in a very wet, broad or italic. Bleed through, some in the broad, some in the italic, but it's more show through than bleed through. This is real bleed through, and that's only for the flex writing on copy of paper, or very fat writing, because when you look at the Rhodia paper, you see that there is almost nothing going on there. So that's very, very nice. Alright, that means that I'm going to say that bleed through, well, I'm going to say that give that full marks. I mean, it's just in flex writing on copy of paper, so that's good. Feathering seems to be pretty good too. There is some in the flex writing. I think that's a very good score too. So I would say total inkage is 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. Okay, now we need a comparison ink. And as I don't really have a lot of inks that fit this navy bill, I will use one that I had that was the closest. So here you have this Noodler's navy. As you can see, pretty good flow, especially in that flex nib. I really like that. And then we have some Diamine Twilight. Maybe a bit darker than the navy, but this is really the closest thing I had. So that's pretty much all there's to it. A very fascinating ink, nice, waterproof, some okay shading, nothing too spectacular, but it does work. Flows very well, has decent drying time. It was a simple review, but there wasn't anything spectacular to say. I like this ink. I hope this was useful. Inkcyclopedia entry for Noodler's Navy, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.